Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode, this very special episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out with me, Alicia Couri, as your host. And I am so excited to bring you two amazing guests today on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And the first guest that I have, I'm going to talk to you about. I will read her bio for you. But before I do that, I really want to encourage all of you who are here watching live, whether you're on YouTube, Periscope, or on Facebook, to please join our community over on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. It is on Facebook. So I have the link going right across the bottom. So it's facebook.com/groups/Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And there we are a community where we promote each other, we share with each other, we encourage one another. And if you want to be a guest on a Saturday Shout Out, you can get information about being a guest from that community too. I'll send you the link and you can be one of our guests. So let me tell you about my first guest for today. I'm so excited because she comes all the way down under, all the way from down under in Australia, where it's tomorrow already. It's already Sunday morning. Lindley Evans. Lindley and I, we've known each other. Well, we've met before and didn't get a chance to interview her. So I'm so excited that I have an opportunity to interview her now. But Lindley Evans is a coach hypnotist who works at Good Evans Consulting, where she has been successfully in coaching and is currently assisting men and women of 40 years and over to develop career confidence. Who doesn't need that? Lindley went through a difficult time herself early in her life, particularly at work. This then brought her to finding a way through all her emotions, limiting beliefs, and the feeling of being trapped in an environment that did not suit her. Her online program, the Work Confidence System, is the fastest way to move from overwhelm and feeling that you cannot cope at work to being able to ask for what you want at work. This program takes you through dealing with your emotional resilience, develop a positive mindset, and then learning what you want and how to ask for it. Lindley is also writing monthly articles for women's holistic magazines called Sabella Publications, and her theme for this year is the pathway to love and compassion. Outside of her business life, she is a highly active person and physically fit who is now qualified as a fitness instructor in her local gym. She particularly likes the weights area and the fitness dancing, which have benefited her enormously. So welcome, Lindley Evans.
Thank you, Alicia.
So let me first of all ask you, because you went from being someone who was having a difficult time in the workplace to now coaching people in the workplace. So can you describe what was happening to you in your own environment that made it difficult for you?
Well, I'd say the biggest problem was when I first started that position, it was a bullying environment to start with.
Very toxic.
And it was quite toxic. The manager herself was a bully, and we eventually managed to get rid of her and we eventually were able to have her dismissed. However, she wasn't the one that caused me as much damage as another one. Later down the track, there was a young lady who was a contract worker who started bullying not only me but several others within the organisation. And she used to stand behind me and talk to my colleague, and she'd be 2 inches away from me, and I was so afraid I could not work. I could not move. It was really bad. Eventually, the management were aware of what was going on, but they did nothing. And that's where they should be actually standing up and making a difference. If they see something like that, they should move it forward. I ended up in emergency.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So I'm lucky to be here today, due to that experience. But I just hit fitness around about that time, and this sort of moved me forward with the fitness side because it made me feel better.
Yeah.
Once I started doing, it's the endorphins that happen with fitness that, and it probably saved my life. And then I met one of my instructors was into wellness, psychological wellness and well-being,
Mhm.
and I went along to a few of her sessions, and she really did help me. And that's how I moved into the coaching area.
Ah, that's that. Well, a lot of times that's where a lot of coaches came from, the experience they had, and it led them into now coaching because they didn't want anyone else to go through what they went through. But I want to
And
go
that's right.
Yeah, I want to go back a second because there's a statistic. I believe it's 67% of people leave a job, even a job they love, because of a bad manager. And it's
Mm.
really interesting that you guys came together in solidarity. You all sent complaints in to get rid of this one bad manager. And how did that make everybody feel?
Um, we were all struggling with it because
Hmm.
it had been going on for some time. It'd been going on even prior to me starting there,
Hmm.
and so because you could cut the air with a knife when I
Wow.
started,
Wow.
and so it wasn't a good atmosphere for, and they tell me I took a long time to learn the job. Well, in that environment, things don't sink in.
Hmm.
So um, they they didn't even consider what I had to deal with learning the job as well as dealing with what was in that environment.
Wow.
That's quite a challenge in itself.
Now, let me
But
ask you real quick. I know, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off because I just want to flip it towards what you're coaching. Do you coach like groups in businesses and organizations, or do you coach individuals?
at the moment, it's been mainly individuals,
Okay.
but I'm actually trying to move it towards organisations now, because I think that it's going to benefit more on the organisational side. Yes, I think
Absolutely.
that's the future of it, and so I'm getting more into LinkedIn, whereas I was more Facebook orientated. So now I'm moving it towards the LinkedIn side, and I think that that's where it's going to really take off from.
Yeah. And you help your clients. First of all, you said men and women. So men and women over 40. Is it like a transition if they're in a transitional period of their life, or you just really help people who are struggling and going through a hard time at work? Who is your ideal client?
I say men and women, but it's probably more women
Mhm.
um, because that's what I've been through. I have helped a couple of men, but that's what transpires depending on who comes through. I do have a lot of inquiries that come from men,
Mhm.
and I do have a lot of men in my group, um, my Facebook group, that is.
Right.
I think my ideal client is around that age group. Um, because I'm of that older age set. Um,
In that space,
and
older age set, we're just hitting our stride.
but I think it's people that are really struggling in their work environment, um, to be who are afraid of
Mhm.
even speaking with their managers about what they want to achieve in their workplace,
Mm,
and being able to have those conversations with your management without being afraid of them.
right.
I think that and sometimes there's this miscommunication between us and our management.
Mhm.
I know it certainly was in my case, even just last year before I left that position. Yeah, they tried to tell me I had done so much work on myself that now they wanted to help me, which was, it was all rubbish.
But I mean, how did you feel when you actually left? Because now you've taken the coaching courses, you've become your own coach. How did it feel having to leave management and everything else to start your own business?
Leaving, I was very lucky in one respect in that I actually got a redundancy package.
Oh,
Uh,
that's awesome.
so leaving wasn't a drama for me. Um, I had people tell me that it was going to be there was going to be a period of time where I would be struggling.
Mhm.
I had a holiday straight after I left. I went to Bali for a week.
Oh,
It was
nice.
just prior to COVID. The Chinese were starting to be locked out, but
Mhm.
it was before the major lockdowns. And I came home and I went out for lunch with some colleagues, the ex-colleagues, and they said, "You're still in holiday stage," and I'm there. Yeah, I think I'm still in that holiday mode, and it was that day that I realised that, I'm no longer part of this.
Mm.
So it took me one day to get over that, rather than people saying it can take months. It took me
Yeah.
one day.
It took you one day. You bounced back. Like, I'm done. Time for the next
Let's
chapter.
move on.
Turn the page. That's great. That is really wonderful. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the clients that you've helped. So you mentioned to me that you had, let me find her, some Pamela, you helped change her mindset. So you do timeline therapy and hypnosis. So how did you help Pamela? What was she going through and how did you help her through that?
Pamela was well, I'd known her for a little while prior to doing this, and she was very unconfident, very not knowing where she wanted to go, and having difficulties in the workplace as well. Now, she's an older lady.
Mhm.
She's probably good 10 years older than me.
Mm.
And so we went through a process trying to work out what her weaknesses were and where she needed to improve to look. We were looking at the wheel of life that a lot of coaches use
Mhm.
to balance out her life. And at that point, she was very focused on her family and her work. She didn't have much else.
Mm.
Um,
She didn't have
and so
hobbies
we
or
needed to
anything else
balance
going
all
on in
that
life.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah. She needed actually some other stimulation, and
Mhm.
she still does today because she's just left her job. So, um, and she is a qualified coach, but not to the level that I am.
But
But
coaches need coaches too.
and that's what I tried to tell her.
Coaches need
I
coaches.
tried to explain to her. She said, "But no, I don't." And I'm there. Yeah, a coach
You do.
needs a coach.
Because you don't
Um,
know your own blind spots. You
no,
can't see your blind spots. You can't see what's written on the back of your t-shirt. So you need someone to
no,
help
that's
you.
right. We all need a coach to help us so as we can help others. And
Yeah.
she didn't seem to understand that side of it.
You're still
But
working with her?
yes, I am. And
There you go.
she's actually come a long way.
She's come along. Excellent. And Di, tell me about Di.
Now, Di's a lady that I'd known for quite some time as well, but Di took a package from her work environment,
Mhm.
um, and she thought, "Oh, I'll just have 12 months off and then I'll easily find something." Well, it doesn't work like that.
Mm.
She thought she would just be able to walk into another job.
Mm.
Now, but she had this mindset where she didn't have to work towards it.
Right.
And so we actually sat down and did a lot of work on her actual mindset, to work out so as that I eventually was able to get her to start applying for jobs. Whereas before she said no,
She didn't want to apply for anything.
she didn't want to even look down that track. And we worked together for, I reckon it was 6 months. And she's now happily employed in something that she actually likes. So, which
She
is
didn't just take the first thing. She actually found something that she loved to do and was fulfilled
yeah,
in her
and
life.
that's what I tried to move her towards. Go down the track of doing what you love, because then you won't feel like it's work.
Right, exactly. So you have two different programs, and then I want to talk about your fitness, what you do with your fitness certification as well. So you have a 6-month program, and a 4-week. Do you want to explain each one of those to me?
Okay, I'll start with the 4-week, which is emotional resilience explained. Now, it's actually part of the larger program, but I put this out during the COVID period, because people are doing a lot of, having a lot of emotional.
I think you just need to refresh.
So what it does, it goes through all your limiting beliefs and your negative emotions, and then we move gradually into the positive emotions, and deal with those. So we're moving from one set of beliefs, and we do a bit of hypnosis and timeline therapy or matrix therapy. They really help in removing a lot of the limiting beliefs, as well as those negative emotions which can hold us back.
Now, I know what timeline therapy is, but can you explain a little bit more about what timeline therapy is?
Okay, timeline therapy is the masculine side, and matrix therapy is feminine. So I use a combination of the two because I'm trained in both. Now, what it does, it takes you back along a timeline in our past. Now, it might be in this lifetime. It might be in the womb when we were born, and it might be in a past lifetime. And I can take you back wherever the significant event was that caused the damage, and then we can deal with that there. And you hardly know that you've been down into it. You come down into the event, we deal with it, and then you come back and I'll bring you back.
Is that in combination with hypnosis?
In combination with hypnosis, yes.
What if someone's afraid to go into hypnosis because, they're like, you're going to make me cluck like a chicken?
Now, there seems to be a lot of, I've had a few comments. There's a lot of
misconception.
Stigma.
Yeah,
I think it's the stigma that's been attached to hypnosis from the past. It's actually becoming more acceptable these days. And I know when I got home from my training, my dad said, "You'll never get me into hypnosis." And I said, "Dad, you're in hypnosis every day." He goes into dreamy sort of things anyway. So I mean, he's of that personality where he goes in and out of hypnosis all the time, and so and all of a sudden now he's becoming more acceptable to these other paths. He's actually he was a GP or a doctor, and so therefore it's all traditional, and we're gradually changing him around.
It's Western medicine versus Eastern medicine philosophy.
That's right. It's
the different sciences. So So hypnosis is not something to be scared of. It's not something to be afraid of.
No,
And you're not going to suggest like really dumb, crazy things for them to do. So don't be
no.
afraid to to go through hypnosis, because that's like parlor trick hypnosis. This is therapeutic. That's
This
different.
is therapeutic hypnosis. And my trainer actually said, he said, well, some of you might want to get on stage and do hypnosis on stage. You can, you're qualified to do it, but that's not me. I prefer the therapeutic hypnosis, and that's what I'm trained to do.
Right. So there you go. So don't be afraid to get the therapy that you need. Good Evans Consulting. And then now let's talk about your 6-month program really quickly as we wrap up.
Okay, the 6-month one obviously goes through that side of it, but it also moves you into positive mindset. So we look at things like meditation and journaling. We also look at forgiveness, because that's a big one
That's
in
big.
overcoming a lot
Gratitude,
of this
forgiveness.
stuff. So all of these things, and then we move on to things like shame and vulnerability, and dealing with those, creating the positive mindset, because once we've dealt with those, we're becoming more and more positive, and working out what we want at work. I've got a strategy to work out exactly what you want, and then learning the communication, and how to ask for it, and then finally asking for what you want at work. So it is a process, and obviously that takes time. And
Right.
so therefore I've made it a 6-month program, because there is a lot involved.
Well, listen, if you're dealing with someone over 40, there's a lot of baggage that we have accumulated in over 40 years that needs to be unpacked, right? And
That's
needs to be
right.
stripped away. And some belief systems and mindsets need to change. And it takes time. It's not, you don't build a house in one day. So we need to unpack some things and rebuild that house. Rebuild that mind. And so that will take a little bit of time. Listen, if you want to know more about Lindley, please go to goodevansconsulting.com. That's her company. It's Good Evans Consulting. And you work with only people in the Australia time zone,
No,
or you work?
I'm able to work with anyone anywhere in the world.
There you go.
Therefore, the technology that we've got these days is amazing. So I can do it with anyone wherever they are.
Excellent. And I believe that this time, COVID-19 has made everybody aware of technology that the majority of people didn't even know existed, like Zoom meetings and StreamYard and Skype and Teams and all these things that now we're using the technology. So you're not landlocked, you're not trapped. Reach out to Lindley if you would like even a consultation. Do you offer consultations?
Yeah, I offer free consultation to start with, to work out that we are a good fit together, and then we can work out from there where we go from there.
Excellent. Anything I should have asked you that I didn't ask you about yourself or your business, Lindley, that you'd like to share?
No, I think that's most of it. Oh, you did ask about the fitness side.
Yes, your fitness
Yes,
side.
yes, I'm now virtually working in a gym as well. And yeah, that's becoming I've had people come up to me and say you're perfect for this industry, and this gives me the opportunity to speak face to face with people about their emotions as well. So it's actually worked. It's working in my favor to have done that course, and I have a very early morning tomorrow morning too. So I have to start work at, I have to be up at one of the gyms at 6 a.m. So, so yeah, there's a lot going on in my life, working on this as well as on that side of things. So, but they do interact. And that's the bonus of having both in my life.
It is a full wellness package. So you're
That's
getting
correct.
this morning I did a conference, and I was talking about how important it is to know yourself and love yourself. And this is an opportunity for you to get to know yourself even more and love the person that you're in, and walk through that with Lindley to unpack and get rid of some things that may not be serving you right now, and really step into the you were meant to be, with ease and grace and joy and happiness and gratitude and love and all those great things, and not to be in suffering anymore. So contact Lindley to get free of some of those things and really be able to step into the you're meant to be. Thank you so much, Lindley. I really appreciate
Thank you.
coming on. And go to goodevansconsulting.com to check out Lindley. All right. If you want to stick around, Lindley. And I will be bringing up my next guest in just a moment. But first, I wanted to just say this is Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I'm Alicia Couri, your host. So if you want to, you can share this stream out, share it with your friends, share it with anyone who you think will be either has a business, who might be interested in meeting some of our business community and networking and interacting with us, or if you think someone might need some of the services that you hear coming up today on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. So my next guest, I want to talk about a little bit, because I have known her for a while, and she and I'm just putting something in here. So she is really a remarkable woman. I'm excited to bring her on and talk about her. I do want to ask you, though, if you are on YouTube and you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet. And if you're on Facebook, you can go subscribe to my YouTube channel too. I won't be mad at you for that. So it's youtube.com/C/Alicia Couri. And you can just, hit that subscribe button. And also, to connect with me, if you want to connect with me personally, you can go to alicia360.com, and you can connect with me on all social media platforms. So let me get back to my next guest. So Miss Pat Rogers. Pat Rogers is, oh my gosh, she is, let me, trying to get back to where I was. So here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out, we have my guest, Pat Rogers. She's a retired correctional lieutenant. Pat Rogers completed 29 years in law enforcement in Miami-Dade County, where she trained thousands of employees to excel at their careers. Retiring in 2016, Pat invested in herself by receiving the coaching and guidance that she needed to become a successful entrepreneur and public speaker. She discovered her gifts, talents, and hobbies and turned them into a business that she loves. Pat has positioned herself as a visibility strategist, international public speaker, international best-selling author, event coordinator of online events, and legal service provider. Pat is committed to providing affordable legal and identity theft plans to protect you, your family, and your business legally. Pat knows that people need people, and her zone of genius is showing entrepreneurs how to be more visible using video as a branding tool and learning how to master the technology that will increase your authority in the entrepreneur arena. Pat is the recipient of several awards. She Inspires Me Award, the Shining Star Award, Uncommon Leadership Award, Jean Lynch Lifetime Achievement Award, Business Icon Award, and many others. And she has appeared in several magazine articles and on live interview platforms. Her upcoming release is hosting rocking online events. And to receive a complimentary chapter, you can go to her Pat Rogers patrogers360.com. And that is patrogers360.com. You can go to that website to get a free chapter of her book. So welcome to the show, Miss Pat Rogers.
Give me some energy. Give me some energy.
Oh my goodness. Listen,
Bring it on. Yeah.
you are also, I didn't mention, you are also the reigning Miss Elite Woman of Achievement 2020 for Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Still the reigning, yep.
Yeah.
Florida. We both competed in a pageant last year for 2020 and actually, sorry, year 2019, 2020.
Yeah, November 2019. We was on the Queen Mary.
At the Queen Mary in California, where she also won a speech award. She was a rock star on stage. So
yes, I came home with that with the speech. What was the speech competition? And I had no idea. I didn't even know that was one of the. I knew we had to have something to talk about. A little 7-minute speech, but I had no idea they was giving awards for that.
An award for it.
Yes,
you deserve that.
It was awesome, Alicia.
Yeah, it was very powerful. Yeah. So let's talk about, you retired in 2016 and then you became like a rocket ship. I swear to you, this woman does not stop. She is like in the stratosphere. So she started her own coaching business. So tell me how you coach people.
How do I coach people? First of all, I like to go back to Couri. I always like to give honor to where honor is due. And I want to tell you where I started because, Alicia, if you can remember, I know we've been colleagues for years now. We are in the other organization, IAW, which used to be NAPW, National Association of Professional Women. I've already texted our president on that as well. So she's giving us kudos. She may jump on, I don't know, Marcia Feldman. And so we've been connected for some years. And I know that you have been I have to give it to you. You have been an inspiration to me. There's my friend Simone. That's my confidant. Thank you, Simone, for jumping on. And Alicia, I want you to know, first of all, that you have definitely been an inspiration to me from day one that I connected with you in IAW, National Association for Professional Women. And I remember you were selling that book at one of the meetings. I was kind of new, and you were selling your book and the red carpet. And that was the first purchase that I made from you. And I want to just give you kudos because it's been some years now. We've been hanging in there. And I say that to the listening audience because if we quit, we'll never reach our destiny. But it's when we are able to go forward through the challenges, which brings me into where I said I wanted to talk about COVA. Because as you know, I was doing Legal Shield, still do Legal Shield. I'm always protect people's legal rights because if we don't know our rights, we don't have any. But what I learned from Women's Prosperity Network when you read my bio and you said that I invested in myself, I took coaching and I took different public speaking trainings with Bill Walsh all the way in Las Vegas. Right after I came out of retirement, I jumped on board with the Women's Prosperity Network, Bill Walsh, Sharon Lecter. You know, I've sat on the stage with Les Brown. I just jumped in. Yes. And you know what? I told one of my mentors, I said, you know what? If I don't quit, y'all gonna have me selling my house. Because that's how bad I wanted it, but I wasn't gonna sell my house. It's just I say that because nothing is free that's of value. You have to invest in yourself. And that's the message I want to say. You have to invest in yourself. And so with that, COVA, when I was with you, it was initially just Legal Shield back in 2015. Yep. But now, since then, it was many other things. It came into the hosting the events, which you've spoken on our stages many times. I've been doing that for 7 years, live events, conferences, workshops at hotels, you know, all that.
I have been honored to speak at those events with you.
Right. And now that COVA has come, not only have my name changed from business development strategist, it has changed to visibility strategist.
Always reinventing, always growing, always, you know, looking at what's the next thing that I need to do. That's Miss Pat right there. And stepping into it.
Yes, and I give kudos to COVID-19 And I say that because my job is to inspire you, the listening audience, to know that everything we do is for a purpose, is by strategic design. All we have to do is get up, suit up, and show up and go with the tide. Because when we go against the tide, we don't get anything accomplished. So I'm excited today. Now you can ask me whatever you want to ask me about my coaching.
No, I just want to, some of the comments from Simone. She was talking about investing in yourself creates great dividends. She also said that NAPW is one of her first professional women's organizations. It's now IAW. So yes, it is a great organization to be a part of. We had a Facebook use. She's the person's in the group. So hi, you have to put your name if you're coming from the group because it doesn't show your name for privacy reasons. We also had, yes, COVID has created many opportunities. And, you know, Napoleon Hill says there's a sly disguise of opportunity that often comes in the form of misfortune. And a lot of people look at misfortune as misfortune and they don't look for the opportunity in that. Yes. And for those who look like Pat for the opportunity in a situation that might seem like a misfortunate situation, that's when you're able to pivot and push and grow and create opportunities for yourself instead of dying, where some people just, their businesses folded.
Yes.
That things just, they did not see the opportunity in this. So thank you for saying that. And
Absolutely.
Then investing in ourselves should be one of our priorities in life. I totally agree. And they said NAPW is now IAW. Yes, International Association.
Yes, that may be Marsha Feldman, one of our members. They don't have their face up there. Absolutely.
So
yes.
You are the visibility strategist. What are you doing now to help entrepreneurs? Because that is your heart and soul. People need people. That is your heart and soul, to help entrepreneurs to grow and develop and really shine their light out there. So what are you doing now that helps other entrepreneurs?
Alicia, I'm so glad you asked that question. Since COVID came, I had to pivot. And I want the audience to know that if people look at me and think that I don't get nervous, I don't get fearful, I'm just so confident. Yes, I am confident. But anytime we face something new, I call it the fear. There's always that fear of the unknown. Mm-hmm. And from March, when COVID hit, I had to cancel my big online event that was scheduled for May 18th.
Yep.
Yeah, it was supposed to start that. I refunded over about $14,000, and I had not even sold tickets yet for the event. That was just from you and all the other participants who secured their seats. Wow. So that was a blow to me. That was a blow to me because I'm like, this is one of my best years ever, and I have to return this money because COVID wasn't going away. And then God spoke to me, and He said to me, well, actually, Eventbrite made a suggestion to me, and they wrote me, and they said, you can either cancel or you can push the event back. So initially, I changed the date, but as I was contemplating changing the date, God spoke to me, and He said, give the people back their money because you're in a crisis. And that was my answer. And I tell you, if you don't have a connection with your higher power, you are missing a treat, because I don't have a problem knowing what's coming next, because I listen to that still small voice in my mind, in my head, in my heart. And I always say nothing good comes from below. So if it's good, it's got to be coming from up there. How about that?
How about that?
And I put that event, and so I had to jump online. And I was a little timid about that. I was afraid. And we went to our first Women's Prosperity Network meeting with the founders. And Nancy Matthews said to me, all of us in the group, she said, do not lose sight of your vision. All you have to do is pivot.
Yeah. And that's so important that you stay connected to your coaches, stay connected to your community, your organizations, because they will keep pushing you forward and not allow you to slip into fear and say, I don't know what I'm going to do. So keep connected to those people that continue to look forward and help you, push you. So I see a comment here.
So these are some of the things that I came up with. I was not coaching prior to that, I was just doing my events and my workshops, and I was a happy camper, and I always set a platform for public speakers to speak. And I'm still doing that. I hosted 8 online events since May. And my 8 online events, when I jumped in, like you said, Alicia, I jumped in with both feet.
Sure
Because it was no time to sit back on the sideline and wonder what if. And you brought up Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill, one of my famous sayings that he wrote in his book, he says, one sound idea is all one need to achieve success.
Yes.
So I couldn't host on live events anymore. But guess what? I was able to search myself and go back inside of me and discover some other tools that I had that other people have always chatted about. Oh, I love the way you do videos. Oh, how do you do that? Oh, what app do you use? Oh, and that was the first thing I pulled out, and I had I sold over 100 tickets for that first event online. So what if I had not taken the leap of faith?
And what if you didn't do the video? Because everybody knows Pat Rogers' videos. You hop on live and you do your videos. Everybody loves those videos. And that's what you were able to lean on and back on and say, oh, I have this tool in my toolbox.
Yes, and I tried it. I took a leap of faith. I tried it, and it worked.
So important to catalog what you do and what you know and the skills you've developed. Catalog those things for times like this that you can fall into and say, I can pull this trick out. I can pull this one out. Let me use this tool. So good for you. Good for you.
Yes. And then from there, I hosted more events. We teach StreamYard. We taught Zoom. People was the mind. You're going to always have that negative part of your mind. Thank you. They said, love our events. Thank you so much. Marsha.
Yeah. Our president, Marsha Feldman.
Yes, and that I want the listening audience to understand that anytime you are faced with you're uncomfortable about moving forward with an idea, that's the time to do it. Would you agree, Alicia?
Absolutely.
Because when you can get through that,
you can get through anything. I think I may have frozen.
Okay, Alicia, I got to go back in. I'm going back in.
You're in. I have to pop out. You're in.
Okay, I was just getting ready to go back in. And I'm gonna say this, that's a good reason that what you just did, that's a reason why we need to learn technology. And we teach those skills because a lot of people are like I'm a baby boomer and I'm hands-on. And because I work for corporate America, I was forced to learn technology. So I came into this arena of entrepreneur fully loaded. So now what I do to serve others, as you was asking me, not only do I coach them in our events, I teach.
Okay, what is happening with my technology today?
Yeah, hey.
You can keep talking.
And we teach this platform. We teach the platform so that people will get the knowledge that they need in their hands-on. And then that's where my coaching came into play, Alicia. I was not coaching, but after people was calling me and they I need to know more information, I started putting my calendar link into the chat. And again, I had no idea where COVID was going to take me. I just jumped in with both feet, and I am coaching individuals now, and I am teaching one-on-one video trainings. I set my platform for people like you, who you'll be speaking at one of our events next year. We're already set up for 8, and I'll be reaching out to you. And we make sure that our speakers get a platform, and we just having a ball. And of course, I put together events for entrepreneurs, online events. I manage their events, meaning what? Branding. If you're not there, nobody sees you. And when you show up, you know what I know, because we love showing up in style. Am I right?
That's right. In our red.
Look at the platform. And I teach, this is what I teach. If we don't show up professionally, we are not impacting people. And when we don't impact people, because people want to follow that is good. It has to look appetizing. It has to look full of life, vibrant. And those are the people they follow. Yes. And this is why they're popping on the screen today, because you gave me all those thousands of links to put in so they can connect with you on all your social media.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I also have a free gift in the chat. You have some information over there for me in the private chat, so you can grab that whenever you can, just so you know.
I did. I put it on. I put it up already.
You sure have. You sure? I see it.
I've been working it, Miss Pat. I've been working it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I wasn't paying attention. You know, I can't chew gum and talk at the same time. I was talking, so now I can see. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I wanted to, that's what I wanted to segue to, actually. If you want to be on any of Pat's shows, if you want to be interviewed and have her spotlight you, please go to patriciarogers.com/spotlightsyou so that you can schedule a time to be on her show, the Visibility Queen, so she can give you some visibility. Yes. So Simone says, be ready so you don't have to get ready when opportunities knock. Absolutely.
That's right. You see, she's in her red dress too. Kudos to you. Woo! Give us some energy. Yeah. So I'm just excited.
I'm really excited about all that you're doing too, and I'm excited to be a part of whatever you're doing, as you are to be a part of whatever I'm doing. We stay connected. We stay in touch. I know Arlene had a comment earlier. She said that there's such powerful speaker, that you are such a powerful speaker, Miss Pat. Yes, she is.
Thank you, Arlene.
And what I wanted to also ask you, because I know you have that platform now that you're doing that. You're going back to live, hopefully next year if things open up. Are you going to do a combination of live and virtual, or you just one or the other?
No, I'm going to stick with the online, because Alicia, you know, and I know it saves us money. That's why I say kudos to COVID. Thank you, God, in any of that, because it's working. Because people have to, when people fly in, they're saving money that they don't have to buy a plane ticket. They don't have to get a hotel room. I don't have to go around looking for hotels. I don't have to, once a month I don't have to carry all of these items that I transport. So you know what?
You don't have to lose your phone.
I don't have to, you remember that, huh? I don't have to lose my phone. And so it's working well for me, because it's not a platform that I've set out of the 8 that I didn't have someone on my platform from Africa, London.
Global.
Global. Absolutely.
So Simone said it was important to be part of networks. You never know who might be there to catapult your business forward. I met Pat in the Women's Prosperity Network. Absolutely.
That's right. I got goosebumps when you said that. Yes.
The value of your network will determine your net worth. So you have to be able to pull people into your network. That's one of your assets. Your network is an asset to you. If you can connect with Pat, if you can connect with me or some of the other, I'd like to connect with Simone if we're not already connected.
Oh, absolutely. She's a firecracker.
Yeah, because you know what? As you grow your network, there's that 6 degrees of separation. You don't know who I know that might be able to connect you with, that could take your business to another level. So join the group, join the Small Business Saturday Shout Out group so we can network. If you didn't see it before, Small Business Saturday Shout Out on Facebook.
Yes.
So, tell me, I know you're still doing Legal Shield.
Yes.
How can people connect? You want them to connect with you on anything that you do? Go to patrogers360.com.
360.com, that's right. Yes, patrogers360.com. Alicia, that would take them to all of my social media platforms. They can also get a copy of chapter 1 of my upcoming book, which that's just another story. I think I got a few minutes to tell. Yes. I was writing a book, And the book is about hosting. It was about hosting live events.
I remember that.
I went so far as to have it. I had gotten a copy, just a sample, on Amazon, which means it had the EIN number, whatever that number is. And needless to say, when COVID hit, it stopped that project. And the book is laying over there now, because what I had to do, I'm going to change the name to Hosting Rocking Online Events.
There you
21st century tips, strategies, and processes. So I'm working on that to update that now. So COVID took me back to the table, and I'm going to tell you something. That's amazing how it worked, because I was almost to get that book in print. And had I sent it to printing, guess what? I would have had to come back to the table. So this is why I tell everybody, y'all gotta keep your spiritual life intact. I don't know whether your spiritual, like they say, that higher power, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's a doorknob, I don't care what, as long as it's something greater than you, you better connect. Because that is what makes things happen. Me, I choose to call mine God. How about that?
Me too. Me too.
Yes. Lead you and direct you. And like you said, Alicia, when they connect with people like you and me, it's gonna keep your energy up. It's gonna keep you inspired. No time for any of us to sit back getting jealous and envious of each other. Because let me tell you something. I'm up morning, noon, day, and night. And anybody that knows me knows, when does she sleep?
When does she sleep?
And what did Bill Walsh taught us in our training class back in the day? He said, you'll sleep when you die. How about that?
Yep. And you know what else I wanna comment on you about too? Aside from the fact that you're not afraid to step in and lean into what you don't know, to learn and grow and develop and invest in what it is that you do, you are always bringing other people along, because people need people. Yeah. She is always bringing other people along. So when you hook up with Miss Pat Rogers, she will take you places that she's going. Even if she's like 2 steps ahead of you, she's bringing you along. She's bringing you along and teaching you everything that she learned. She's teaching you along the way so that you can be where she is and then continue to grow and continue to go in the way that you need to go. So sorry?
I said, absolutely. You know, we're not good leaders. Good leaders take people with them. Who is this? Maintain that spiritual connection. Marsha. Oh, amen, Marsha. Yes, change is definitely inevitable. You know, matter of fact, we have to have change. We have to have change.
Changes every day.
Yeah, we have to have change. And change is what opens doors of opportunity. I think Simone said that earlier too, you know, in a sense, because if who wants to stay the same?
Not me.
Change is what develops us for the big thing, the big blessing that we have that's awaiting on us. Yeah. Change prepares us and it equips us.
Yes.
See, so when we're going through something, don't
despise it.
Right, that's what I'm trying to. I don't know where it's found, but you got it.
It's in the Bible. Yeah, don't despise it.
Of the small, whatever, because those things is what is God is setting you up for something, and you just don't know what it is. So when you look at every challenge as okay, I just say, okay, I don't know what's coming, but I know one thing: something's coming, and it's going to be bigger than where I am. Mm-hmm. So when we look at it like that, that's what makes us grow. So I just want to say, you know, I just want to encourage and inspire everybody, just, you know, keep your eyes on your vision. Don't lose sight of your vision, but whatever you do, you gotta put in some work. Faith without works is dead. Never look at the next person and think they're doing so much better than you. Don't compare yourself. We're reading that book now, Science of Getting Rich, with the Prosperity Network Group. And the bottom line is, we don't, leaders and those people who are, or those of us who are rich, rich people don't compare themselves with other people.
Yep. Today, we talked about comparing yourself to yesterday. Only compare the you are today to the you were yesterday, and if you are getting better. That's the only comparison you need to make.
I love it.
You know, Like I said, you inspire me so much. You fire me up. But again, you cannot want what Pat has if you're not willing to go the journey Pat has gone. Pat had, we talked with our guest earlier about bullying in the workplace. Pat knows all about that, working in the Correctional Institute. Pat had to grow a tough skin to endure and to battle and to do the things necessary. You don't want to have to go through what she went through. You have your own journey to go through. And I am so thankful that she is, yes, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes, it is.
I'm so thankful that she's sharing with you. I really encourage you, go to patrogers360.com right now, connect with this woman, look at where she's going, get involved in her events, support her, and she will support you.
Absolutely.
She will support you if you support her. And not just because you're supporting her, but once you get into her network, you will see how much she supports everybody around her to grow and to get better. So
Yes.
coaching, she will help coach you to success.
Yes.
The little things that you need to get into that spot of visibility. She will put you on platforms. She will put you on stages. She will get you the audience that you need. So connect with Miss Pat. Thank you so much, Simone, for being so engaged, and everybody else who's being engaged. I miss them. They're starting to come in really fast and furious now. Let me see.
Well, we the boss. Or me and Mandy. Hi, honey. Yeah, that's one of my mentees.
Nice.
Oh, she's so special. Thank you, guys. Simone jumped on. I told Simone at the last minute, and she jumped on. Oh my goodness, this is nice.
I appreciate it.
Don't expect. That's right. To be who I am without doing what I did. Ooh, that's powerful.
Exactly, that's powerful.
Absolutely.
So walk your own path, but get mentors, get coaches, get people in your life that will speak into you, speak good things into you, speak encouragement into you, because a rising tide, lifts all ships. So let's be that rising tide for everybody around us, so that we can lift all the boats. Let's all.
Did you give them that free gift? I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I see my free gift is sitting there. I'm waiting. I gave everybody a free gift. They get a free digital business card. If you could grab that link, and if they can go to that link.
Let me look through the comments and I'll put it up.
If you can't, don't worry about it. It's patrogers.vcardinfo.com. If they can write that down, patrogers.vcard, as in Victor, V as in Victor, cardinfo.com. And you can get access to a digital business card. Ladies and gentlemen, we're living in the digital age now. And that's why I'm telling y'all about this V card, because we need to be always ready. So there are no more hard cards. So you can get this little digital card access for 30 days. If you like it, it's only $69 a year. Small price to pay for an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And we have to be givers, because takers never succeed.
Yes. Well, they don't succeed for long.
Yourself.
They don't succeed for long. So get the business, get the free. She's giving you that free gift. So go down to patrogers.vcardinfo.com to download your own. And thank you, Simone. I appreciate it. Marsha also said thank you. Thank you, Marsha, for jumping on. So
thank you, Marsha.
For all of you. So thank you again, Pat, for showing up and doing this. I really appreciate it. And yes, you're right. Showing up is 95% of the game. So you got to suit up and show up.
That's right. Get up and show up.
Suit up and show up. No matter what else is going on in your life, suit up and show up. So Pat, anything else, any last words as I close today?
The only thing I want to leave the listening audience with, I want to first say thank you to all of those who came in and they played all out. They was interactive. I'm sure it's many that watch, but they know how StreamYard works. So thank you guys, because that's what makes this platform so fun and exciting. And I love all that you do, Alicia, and I'm so grateful to be a part of your network. And if I have anything that I would like to leave with the audience is Miles Monroe, one of his quotes, he says, The value of life is not in its duration. It's not about how long you live, but the value of life is in its donation. What do you have to give? I am Pat Rogers. I am the CEO and Visibility Strategist of Unity in Service, where people need people.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. Let me close this out. Great show, Pat. Yep. See you at the top.
Luana. That's Luana Bradford. Hi.
Oh, thank you so much, Pat. That was so incredible. So again, I want to invite all of you who are here. If you are on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Alicia Couri. It's youtube.com/c/Alicia Couri. And if you're not in our Facebook group, Small Business Saturday Shout Out, I encourage you to go now to facebook.com/groups/Small Business Saturday Shout Out so that you can interact with this community. You can get to know us, network with us, and also, you know, if you want to shout out for your business, if you want to be on this platform, if you want to come on a Saturday, it's usually at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But we had a special time today. We had it at 6. So if you prefer the 6, let me know. If you prefer the 3, let me know. But whatever time it is, you can get a shout out for your business here on this platform. So connect with me, connect with all our guests, and hope to see you soon. And until next Saturday, have the most amazing week. Be bold, be brave, step out with audacious confidence, and conquer the world. Mwah. Talk to you soon.